Today on Good Morning Maine, a Greenbush family is receiving help after a terrible fire destroyed their home.
Plus, members of the Government Oversight Committee are calling for changes to improve the state's child welfare system.
And some second graders in Old Town have become authors of their very own book. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us on this wintry Monday morning. Just digging out from the last storm.
Not enough snow though, and
No.
I said this last hour that you can blame being late to work on the snow. Because
Yes.
it's pretty much just a dusting.
No big deal around Bangor. I
Right.
think we got maybe an inch or so or something like that. I didn't even shovel last night.
I know.
It was one of those kinds of things.
Yep.
And,
I'll go out the night before and clean
Right.
my car off, but I looked at it last night and I was like, that's nothing. I can do that tomorrow
Yeah.
morning.
Other parts of Maine, though, a very different story here. Where's my little page with all the numbers here? The town of Acton, they received 18 inches of snow yesterday into last night. Hollis got 17.2, Gorham 17 inches period.
Yeah.
The further north you go, the lesser amounts. I think I read that Augusta got about 6 inches or so down there.
Yep. So if you were traveling from down south back up to central Maine for the end of the weekend, it might have been tricky.
Yeah, just be careful out there because the roads are still a little slippery in some places, but you shouldn't have any problems. And it looks like another storm system is moving in maybe around midweek. So keep an eye on that.
Yep. Devin Biggs has the details.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, we have a lot of alerts to talk about here with another active storm that will be on the way coming up very soon. We have winter storm watches that are posted from Tuesday evening and Wednesday afternoon. High wind watches also posted until Wednesday at around 4 p.m. and also some alerts along the coast because of active surf that's currently being seen and will be seen soon as well. As for the radar and satellite imagery, the snow has since started to taper off after this system has since recently moved through. But this is just a brief little break, though, as we have more active weather that will be on the way. So for now, a little bit of a break, but if we pull the map further off towards the south and west, look what's heading in our direction. Our nice little fanfare action here, which is in the southern parts of the U.S. I'll be tracking off towards the north and east, and that'll be giving us some opportunities for more wintry weather coming up soon. Futurecast moving forward for today, a partly cloudy sky will be common from time to time, and otherwise, though, will be remaining partly cloudy or even mostly clear at times, though, as we head towards early Tuesday morning. So for today, we'll say lower 30s, partly cloudy, northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. By tonight, middle teens, mostly clear, and that west breeze getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, that hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing a partly cloudy sky overall with more sunshine during the afternoon with temperatures in the 20s and 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, people in the Greenbush area are helping a local family that lost their home to fire.
It was early Sunday morning when flames began spreading in the mobile home on Sweet Fern Drive. Our Grace Blanchard brings us the details.
A family in Greenbush has been left in shock after flames ripped through their single-wide mobile home early Sunday morning, destroying everything inside.
Just coming out the windows and everywhere. This little fire that was like sticking. I'm like, this is bad.
The home belonged to a family of 5 with 3 children who all made it out safely. Crews responded on Sweet Fern Drive around 1 a.m. to find heavy fire in the middle of the trailer. According to the Greenbush Fire Department, the fire is believed to have been started by the family's dryer. Along with Greenbush, Milford Fire Department was one of several crews that responded.
Dryers inherently create heat, using heat to dry the clothes. And the problem with that is the lint traps, both in the dryer itself and as well as on the outside where the vent hose exits the building. Lint tends to accumulate there.
The fire marshal's office was alerted but determined there was no suspicious activity and they would not be moving forward with any further investigation. The community and several neighbors have already stepped up to provide clothes and support for the family.
They work so hard to get there. I know how much they work to get there. It's sad to see this, but we will do our best to get them back together.
Links to a GoFundMe page and more information on how to help the family can be found on our website, foxbangor.com. In Greenbush, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A home in Fairfield can be repaired thanks to quick work by local fire crews. They were called to a home on the Ridge Road just before 11 Sunday morning. They discovered a fire had erupted in the basement and had spread upstairs into a first-floor bathroom. According to the Morning Sentinel, fire crews managed to snuff out the flames quickly. Although extensive repairs are needed, the home can be rebuilt. The fire has been ruled an accident, and the family is staying elsewhere until those repairs can be carried out.
Meanwhile, the Waterville man accused of killing his co-worker at Damon's Beverage and then fleeing the state has now been released from the hospital. 20-year-old Spridell Hubiak is now in the custody of the Greene County, Missouri Sheriff's Office. Hubiak is accused of killing 52-year-old Angela Bragg of Waterville. Another employee found her body on the morning of December 28th. He fled the state and was eventually found by law enforcement on New Year's Eve in Flippin, Arkansas. Police say Hubiak took off in his car and was eventually stopped using spike strips. He then allegedly exited the vehicle with a gun. Shots were fired and Hubiak was airlifted to a hospital with injuries. Authorities say Hubiak remains in custody in Greene County on the murder charge, and additional charges may be forthcoming for his actions while in Arkansas. It is unknown at this point when he'll be extradited back to Maine to face those murder charges here.
One person was electrocuted and another suffered electric shock injuries following a crash in Frenchville late Thursday night. State police responded to the crash on Airport Avenue just after midnight on Friday. A spokesperson says their initial investigation indicates that 20-year-old Landon Willett of Madawaska and his passenger, 19-year-old Curtis Levesque of Madawaska, were traveling in a Ford F-150 when Willett lost control of the vehicle, causing it to strike a utility pole and knock down power lines. Police say both managed to exit the vehicle, but Levesque started walking back to the truck and tripped on a downed power line, which electrocuted him. Willett also suffered an electric shock in the process of trying to help Levesque, which caused minor injuries. First responders tried to revive Levesque, but were unsuccessful. State police say speed and icy road conditions are considered to be factors in the crash.
Well, the boil water order issued Friday for some Ellsworth residents has now been lifted. A post on the city's Facebook page stated there was a water leak at the intersection of Church and School Streets on Friday morning, affecting School Street, Church Street, Park Street, and Birch Avenue. According to an update on Sunday afternoon, the order has now been lifted. Any further questions should be directed to the Ellsworth Water Department Superintendent, Reggie Winslow. You can reach him at 667-8632.
Lawmakers on the Government Oversight Committee are calling for reform and solutions to help address Maine's child welfare crisis. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard was there and has more on what lawmakers say needs to be addressed.
Well, I think it's been great to see how most folks are on the same page, regardless of party or chamber, and I think we're looking at some real progress here.
In politics, even in Maine, it's not often that you find issues with bipartisan support. Protecting Maine's children is one of those issues. During the off-season, Maine's Government Oversight Committee has been meeting weekly to get to the problem of Maine's child welfare crisis.
Members were each asked to bring their top 3 items based on all that we have heard and seen in recent months of intensified work sessions.
One thing addressed was Maine's child caseworkers. Many have complained about work-life balance, pay, and having more cases than they can responsibly handle.
When you listen to these caseworkers come before us, one of the things they would say is, you know, there was be like on a ship that was sinking, there was no hope, there was no anything.
Right now, they're not getting paid what they deserve. The workloads are insane, and that is compounding on our kids and leading to some incredibly bad outcomes here.
Another topic that garnered what appears to be unanimous agreement is separating the Office of Child and Family Services from the Department of Health and Human Services.
When you go through looking through all the states and the size of the departments, Maine has the most departments of any Department of Health and Human Services in the state.
This was the first of what is likely to be multiple brainstorming sessions before the committee presents its recommendations to the full legislature.
But the one thing we can't do is not do something.
At the State House, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Now an update on former President Donald Trump's case to stay on the Maine GOP primary ballot. Former President Trump appealed the December 28th ruling by Secretary of State Shenna Bellows that disqualified him for the office of president due to the 14th Amendment. In a procedural order on Friday evening, a Superior Court judge set the timeline for the case. Trump's legal team must file a legal brief by today, and Secretary Bellows needs to file opposing briefs by Wednesday, January 10th. Trump's team will then be able to reply to the secretary's briefing by Thursday. The filing also revealed there are 3 conferences scheduled with the parties involved and says the court intends to file its ruling by the required January 17th deadline. So that should be all resolved in the next couple of weeks.
The No Labels Party has won ballot access in Maine. The legal requirement for an organization to be on Maine's ballot is to sign up 5,000 party members. And as of Friday, they had more than 9,000 and are now on the ballot in 13 states. No Labels Maine State Co-Chair Justin Scher says, quote, "The majority of us in the middle are hungry for a better choice in this next election and for unifying leadership in the White House that can heal our country's divisions. Getting No Labels on the ballot in Maine brings us a big step closer to making this happen." All right, the time now is 8:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, some Old Town students have published a very special book they've authored themselves. We'll have the details.
But first, another check of that forecast. A partly cloudy day ahead today with highs around 30 degrees. It will be mostly clear overnight with lows dropping down to the mid-teens. Tomorrow, increasing clouds on the way with highs around 29.
COPD hasn't been pretty. It's tough to breathe and tough to keep wondering if this is as good as it gets. But Trelegy has shown me that there's still beauty and breath to be had. Because with 3 medicines in 1 inhaler, Trelegy keeps my airways open and prevents future flare-ups. And with 1 dose a day, Trelegy improves lung function, so I can breathe more freely all day and night.
Trelegy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about Watts Daily Trelegy for COPD, because breathing should be beautiful.
CEM DP Porter Contractors has been in business for over 40 years in the Bangor area. We specialize in commercial, medical, and residential design build construction, as well as building maintenance and renovations. CEM DP Porter Contractors is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions, including carpenters and a project manager superintendent. We offer vacation, holidays, a 3% IRA match, competitive pay, and a family-oriented environment. If interested in applying, please contact Jason at 848-7486.
This is incredible. Wow. This Thursday on Fox, Gordon hits the road to Spain in a brand new special.
It's so tight.
Let's do this.
You have to be kidding me.
6 cities.
So no menus, you just shout.
3 friends.
You're shouting over me.
Endless flavor.
That looks incredible. This is exactly why I brought it to Spain. Bravo.
Gordon Ramsay's Road Trip Spanish Vacation. 2-episode event begins this Thursday on Fox.
Warming centers provide safety and heat to those in need when temperatures drop. Our Kelly Warren takes us to an overnight warming center in Bangor that provides shelter when the weather turns dangerous.
Bangor's Mansion Church is more than a place of worship. The building provides a community, free clothing, warm meals, and a safe place to sleep during the cold winter months. Pastor Terry Dinkins says the church has helped those experiencing homelessness or housing insecurity.
We open up every night. We started November 1st. We go to the end of March. We open up at 6 p.m. with a hot meal. They have opportunities for showers, clothes, hand warmers, jackets, boots when they leave.
While the majority of the warming center guests are unhoused people, Pastor Dinkins says that all are welcome. He says that those who have lost power in storms are invited to eat, sleep, and shower at the church while staying warm. In addition to providing resources, Dinkins says that the center also offers a sense of belonging for its staff members.
It feels good to help the people because I've been out there. I was homeless since I was 16 years old too, and ended up in a shelter and got my own place that I've had now for over 5 years. So I felt like it was time to give back, so that's what I do, and it's helped me change my life.
I get to meet a lot of new people. And, do what I can. Love doing it. And now that I'm back into church. I really like it.
The church accepts all kinds of donations and is always seeking volunteers. For more information on how you can help, visit our website at foxbangor.com. In Bangor, I'm Callie Warren for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Changes in the weather can affect your vehicle, so experts are stressing the importance of keeping up with your vehicle's routine maintenance, especially this time of year. According to co-owner of Union Street Towing, Nate Wardwell, that means checking your battery, keeping your oil and other fluids at the proper levels, and monitoring your pressure in your tires. He says most auto parts stores and mechanics will check your battery at no cost. And most importantly, he advises people to slow down and be extra attentive when navigating through wintry conditions.
Plan ahead, give yourself some extra time. Don't be in a hurry. Whatever you're going to is going to be there when you get there. So slow down, take your time, and get there safe.
Good advice on a wintry morning like today. Wardwell also suggests keeping a warm blanket and some water in your vehicle in case of an emergency.
For some authors, it can take a lifetime to get published. So when we saw this group of Old Town Elementary second graders putting pen to paper, we couldn't help but be impressed. Excuse me. Our Matthew Duronsik has their story.
Flashback to second grade. Remember the pictures you drew? Your iffy penmanship? Now picture this in a book. This is something Mrs. Keene and her students can proudly say they were able to publish.
Now, every well-known author starts their career with their very first published book. Stephen King did back in 1974 with Carrie. Mrs. Keene's second grade class did just that, starting their career publishing the Pollinator Protector's ABC book.
It makes me feel great. I just, can't hold myself still right now. It's I'm so excited.
The group started working on the book last October, with the name coming from what Mrs. Keene's class is known for.
We are called the Pollinator Protectors. So what we have done is created a way station for monarch butterflies and other pollinators. We have planted milkweed and other native plants.
Working quickly, the class was able to get their book produced by Student Treasures Publishing. And it looks like these students embraced the title of published author with a little bit of swagger.
When I got used to it was really exciting to do all of the stuff. And when I did all of the stuff, it just felt great.
Sitting with the famous authors, they describe what their favorite part of the process was.
Making the pictures and writing the book. I got to research and write a book.
In Old Town. Matthew Duronsik, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
They are the cutest.
Oh my gosh,
they?
So smart and so happy. I'm so proud.
What a neat story.
Yep.
Well, Old Town Police Department wants to remind individuals that you can pay your parking ticket in another way besides cash. You can pay it with food donations. This program was started back in 2016 by former Old Town Police Sergeant James Fearon and is in its 8th year. Old Town Deputy Police Chief Lee Miller says the process is simple. If you have a $20 parking ticket, you can pay it off with just $10 worth of food donations, and it will disappear from your record.
We're here to help the community, and this is one little way that we can help the community in a different way. So it's something that we can give back to the community in a way so that we can try to help with food insecurity.
Deputy Police Chief Miller says this program typically runs year-round and hopes this will diminish any anger with paying a parking ticket there in Old Town.
Yes.
What a great idea.
Yeah, great idea.
Yeah.
I think it actually cuts you a break, too. You may need to donate less in the equivalent of non-perishables than your actual ticket would be, so win-win.
And you know it's going to something good.
Yeah, right? Okay, the time now is 8:19. After the break, we may have just got a dusting of snow overnight, but places like Boston got their first major snowfall in 2 years.
We'll hear how the severe storm was affecting others, plus that local weather forecast as Good Morning Maine continues.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
My father worked at the mill for over 30 years. He was exposed to a great community and excelled at his job, but he was also exposed to asbestos. The air quality inside the mill was always his biggest complaint. He had no idea how deadly some of the products and materials were. When he was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew to call Joe Bornstein's office to get my dad the help he needs and the justice he deserves.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
CEM DP Porter Contractors have been in business for more than 40 years. We have recently added an electrical division to further be of service to our loyal customers. DP Porter specialized in design build for commercial and residential projects. We can assist our customers from anything from lot procurement to helping find a finance company for your project. CEM DP Porter is currently hiring for all positions. We offer competitive pay as well as great benefits. To inquire about employment or construction, please reach out to 848-7486 or visit CEMMaine.com.
Before the podcasts, before the documentaries, there was America's Most Wanted. The show that brought true crime to TV is back with the man who started it all.
I'm John Walsh, host of America's Most Wanted. We're more connected than ever, and you can help solve cases like never before. And this time, I'm bringing in my son Callahan to help.
America's Most Wanted premieres January 22nd on Fox.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Now to the winter weather causing problems for millions of people. A new storm is bringing heavy snow and rain straight across the country.
That follows heavy snow making a mess of large parts of the Northeast over the weekend. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the details.
This morning, millions of people around the country are digging out as another storm sweeps from coast to coast.
Got kind of clobbered.
The Northeast slammed over the weekend, heavy snow and high winds creating hazardous conditions on major highways. I-90 outside Boston was littered with jackknife trucks and cars spun off the road.
You okay?
Some parts of New England blanketed in a foot or more of snow. Boston seeing its first major snowfall in 2 years.
Now the shift becomes the scramble of sand and salt trucks, black ice potentially in the morning as commuters get back to work, kids get back to school.
And a second storm strengthening in the west is expected to hit much of the country this week. Now that storm is pushing east with blizzard conditions in Colorado and a snowy morning commute in Denver. And in the south tonight, there is a high risk of flash flooding as heavy rain and wind are expected. Large hail and even a chance of tornadoes could hit late into the night and into Tuesday from Houston to Tallahassee. This after a tornado barreled through Fort Lauderdale on Saturday. Video shows it ripping through a transformer. Officials say it was on the ground for 1.5 miles before moving offshore. No injuries were reported. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
Of course, we got just a little taste of that storm as it moved up here. Southern Maine got hammered.
Yeah.
Not so much around here.
Yeah, thankfully, I don't need my Monday all messed up.
Yeah, I'm okay
I
with
think
it,
everybody
too.
else feels the same. Okay, the time now is 8:23.
Let's get a full look at our local forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, here we go. So we have winter storm watches posted from Tuesday evening to Wednesday morning because of accumulating snow that will be moving in, possibly a little bit of ice as well with a wintry mix. We also have a high wind watch that's posted until 4 p.m. Wednesday along these areas here from Bangor and on down east, and also some alerts along the coast because of active surf that we're already seeing out there this morning, and that will continue as well. 10 to 12 foot wave heights currently being observed. Active surf being noted further out towards sea as well with these higher greens and yellow colors that are being observed. But meanwhile, though, on land, we are starting to calm down for the time being. Still some gusty winds from time to time. Notice, though, the snow has since tapered off and just some clouds that are currently being observed. But the bigger picture, though, is this next system here that's moving across near the Texas area, tracking from the west going toward the east and across a good part of the central parts of the U.S., tracking off towards the north and east. This will be another little interesting system that will be moving in coming up soon. So let's break this all down with Futurecast. So we're pretty quiet today with a partly cloudy sky, a little bit breezy from time to time as well. As we move forward in time by Tuesday, especially Tuesday evening, that's when the snow starts to move in. Mainly as snow, though, but we'll start to switch over to all rain as we head throughout the morning period on Wednesday. Notice the gusty winds as well. But once we head towards Wednesday evening and the parts of Thursday, the system tracks off towards the north and east. So we'll be a fast mover by that that point. As for the snowfall, looks a little bit like this. So the higher totals will be further off towards the north. Some significant snowfall possible further off towards the north as well. Some areas seeing up to maybe 8 to maybe close to 12 inches in a few spots in the northern parts of the state. Near Bangor, a little bit lower at around 2 to maybe 5 inches of snow, and lower totals possible further down toward the south. As for rainfall, looking pretty decent as well, though some other areas seeing up to maybe an inch of water, in total 2 inches of water in some spots. Before we're all finished up, it takes into account the snowfall that will be observed as well. Average high temperature is 29 degrees, lower 30s today, upper 20s for you Tuesday. Nice warm up Wednesday into the upper 40s, cooling back off into the 40s Thursday, lower 40s that is, upper 30s Friday, and then upper 40s again as we head towards Saturday, lower 30s as we head towards your Sunday. For today, lower 30s, partly cloudy, the northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. By tonight, middle teens, mostly clear, west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 20s, increasing clouds, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. Alrighty, your Scott's Recreation extended forecast. A wintry mix Wednesday morning. We'll switch over to all rain with temperatures in the upper 40s. Lower 40s Thursday with a partly cloudy sky, and mostly sunny Friday. Highs in the upper 30s.
Happy New Year! We're doubling down on new at Bob's.
That's right. I've got new styles and new $9.99 sofa love seat combos. New mattresses and new sleep technology. New motion colors and new bedroom colors. I've even got new everyday low prices on trending styles.
Wait, I'm new. This sectional is new. New.
You got it. When you can have a new year for less, there's only one thing to say. Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Looking for big fitness energy this year? Join Planet Fitness. Now through January 12th, save $5 a month during the Big Fitness Energy Sale. When you join for 24 cents down and just $10 a month. Cancel anytime. That's a savings of $60 per year. Never intimidating. Always free fitness training. Equipment for every workout. Don't miss out. Join the judgment-free zone today and get energized for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, January 12th.
I got hurt in a car accident. I've got a ton of bills, and the insurance company isn't helping me at all.
Don't get burned by the insurance company. Fight fire with fire and call the twos.
We'll turn up the heat on the insurance company. We'll make them pay you all the money you deserve.
I fought fire with fire and called the twos. Lowry & Associates got me $400,000 for my car accident. Now that's hot.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
What if I told you these people are related to these famous faces?
Don't play games with your mama.
Our new Fox show is a guessing game that's all relative.
Oh.
That's the performer to their superstar relative.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
I know the voice. And you could win life-changing money.
Sign me up, Anthony.
What happened to I don't play games?
I never said that.
We Are Family, all new Wednesdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
Welcome back, everyone. Yesterday marks 3 months since the October 7th massacre of Israeli settlements by Hamas. The IDF says it's made great strides in wiping out the terrorist group since that time, though it's also answering questions about innocents killed in its assault on Gaza. Fox News correspondent Trey Yingst is in Tel Aviv with the very latest.
That's right. Overnight, 7 Palestinians were killed, in addition to 1 Israeli border officer, when the Israelis conducted a raid against the West Bank city of Jenin. During the raid, Israel conducted an airstrike against a group of men they say were hurling explosive devices. A roadside bomb was used to kill the Israeli officer and injure 2 others. Islamic Jihad later claimed responsibility. Moving now to southern Israel, today marks 3 months since the October 7th massacre. Overnight, Israel announced it had completed dismantling Hamas's command structure in the northern part of Gaza. It does come as Israeli forces continue their air and ground campaign against Hamas in central and southern parts of the Strip. Amid fierce fighting on the ground against different cells, Israel is facing new questions today about an airstrike near the city of Khan Yunis that killed 2 journalists. Their car was targeted this morning. Fox News has reached out to the Israeli military for comment about the strike. Shifting to Israel's northern front, yesterday Hezbollah fired more than 40 rockets into northern Israel in what they call the initial response to last week's killing of the Hamas deputy chairman in Beirut. Israel immediately responded with airstrikes against southern Lebanon. The real focus right now for the region is Lebanon. It's part of the reason U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in the Middle East. He's in Doha right now in the Gulf. He will travel here to Israel next week, where he will discuss the steps forward after the war in Gaza, as well as how to avoid a broader regional conflict. In Tel Aviv, Trey Yingst, Fox News.
Now to a critical discovery in the investigation of that nearly catastrophic Alaska Air incident. The plane's so-called door plug, which fell off last Friday after takeoff from Portland, Oregon, has been located. But the search for answers is just getting started. ABC's Allison Kosick reports.
I'm excited to announce that we found the door plug.
The National Transportation Safety Board announcing a school teacher in Portland, Oregon, found the door plug of the Alaska airplane in his backyard.
We're going to go pick that up and make sure that we begin analyzing it.
Investigators had been looking for the plug, even asking the public for help after the part blew off the Boeing 737 MAX 9 in midair on Friday, leaving a gaping hole in the fuselage, forcing an emergency landing. Investigators believe it holds clues of what caused the accident.
We are emergency. We are depressurized. We do need to return back to. We have 177 passengers.
Investigators say the door plug depressurized just after the plane took off, with more than 100 passengers and crew on board.
It was described as chaos, and it was very violent when the rapid decompression and the door was expelled out of the plane.
Also recovered 2 passengers' cell phones that fell out of the plane.
I found a phone sitting on the side of the road that had apparently fallen 16,000 feet. So I opened it up and it was in airplane mode with a travel confirmation and baggage claim for Alaska 1282.
NTSB Chair Jennifer Homendy says investigators are documenting the damage, including the door plug frame, before sending parts to a lab. The NTSB also addressing concerns of 3 previous pressurization alerts in the plane in the months before the accident. Alaska Airlines had restricted the plane from flying long distance over water. Investigators were able to find the cockpit voice recorder from the plane, but the device was recorded over, leaving them with none of the data to use in their investigation. The FAA has temporarily grounded certain Boeing 737 MAX 9 aircraft, affecting about 171 planes worldwide. Allison Kosick, ABC News, New York.
All right, coming up on the second half of the newscast, the Bangor Salvation Army has sent out a request for non-perishable goods. We'll hear details on how you can most effectively help.
Plus, we'll have some of the highlights from last night's Golden Globe Awards as Good Morning Maine continues.
Are your basement walls bowing, crumbling, or failing? Hi, I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems, all things basementy. Our Stable Lock wall system offers a patented, affordable, and permanent solution to save your foundation walls. It stabilizes, fills voids, and structurally repairs, leaving a new smooth surface. All the strength of new walls. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
From different backgrounds,
in different places,
we can all choose a path. The University of Maine system.
With universities and campuses across the state.
Puts college within reach.
For everyone.
With more than 100 degree programs.
Your future is here.
You can enroll directly at one of our universities.
And community college students can complete their degrees.
Because no matter where you are, your new path starts here.
University of Maine system.
Say yes to college.
Say yes to your future.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Today is Monday, January 8th, 2024, and it's also War on Poverty Day.
This day is held to reflect on legislation that was introduced by President Lyndon B. Johnson back in 1964. He declared war on poverty, and his legislation helped expand economic opportunity through health, education, and employment policies. Poverty, of course, continues to be a major problem today, with over 40 million Americans struggling just to get by. this is a day to think of ways of how to lessen the suffering around the nation. So it's
yeah.
also Cuddle a Chicken Day.
Cuddle a
So
Chicken
not to switch
Day.
gears too extreme, but
Wow.
yeah, I don't have any idea what that holiday's about. But
Yeah.
it might be worth looking into.
I want some chickens in my lifetime.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not like the most outdoorsy and farmy type of person, but some chickens?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, chickens can be quite mean too, so
Yeah,
you
they
gotta
can
be
be.
careful what you get.
I
I got chased by a guinea hen one time.
Yeah.
I'm still scarred by it.
Yeah.
So, well, not really.
I've been chased by a turkey. That's even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want
They're
to get chased
scary.
by a geese, any of them
Yeah.
birds. They'll get you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and chickens will poop on you too. That's another
they
issue.
will will do that. So
So be careful in your cuddling today if you're cuddling any chickens.
glad we covered all that.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah,
time for some
okay.
history.
On this day in history, in 1790, George Washington delivered the first ever State of the Union address during an assembly of Congress in Philadelphia. In 1815, U.S. forces defeated the British during the Battle of New Orleans. The attack was launched at the end of the War of 1812 after the British troops hadn't received word that a peace treaty had already been signed. It's not like you can just send a text.
Yeah, it's not like today. It takes probably weeks sometimes to get the news.
Whoopsie.
So yeah.
In 1918, Mississippi became the first to accept the prohibition of alcohol by ratifying the 18th Amendment. And in 1935, rock and roll legend Elvis Presley was born in Tupelo, Mississippi. And in 1958, Bobby Fischer became the United States chess champion at the age of 14. I wonder if he went on to become like a computer scientist or something.
You know, speaking of that, he ended up having a famous chess battle with an IBM computer. They came out with this supercomputer back in the day. I don't remember who won, but he was older then. So yeah, he went on to be a world-renowned chess master and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's a genius.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that one.
Yeah.
So. All right, in 1994, Tonya Harding won the Ladies U.S. Figure Skating Championship a day after Nancy Kerrigan dropped out because of an attack that injured her knee. Harding was later stripped of the title after it was learned that she was involved in that plan to injure Kerrigan. In 1997, Mr. Rogers received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And in 2016, the world's most powerful drug lord, known as El Chapo, was captured for a third time in 6 months after escaping through a tunnel from a maximum security prison. And there is a series on Netflix right now called El Chapo. If you're interested in that kind of thing, it's really a good watch, and it really kind of explains not so much about his rise and fall, but really about the failed drug war and how like the Mexican government worked with those cartels. They were basically allowed to sell drugs because that way they could keep track of what they were doing. And I don't know, I could go on, but it's an interesting thing.
It's definitely something everybody should educate themselves on because it has implications everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
And America's role in the whole thing too.
Yeah. Was it like a docu-series or like a reenactment?
No, it was like a show. They did like a 3 or 4 part series on El Chapo because he's just fascinating, and how he rose from a low drug guy up to leading everything and all his escapes. And,
cool.
Yeah. Interesting.
Perfect for those of us who are hunkering down for the long winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today's birthdays include actress Michelle Forbes, who's 59 today. Veteran TV and radio newsman Charles Osgood is 91 years old today. That show on CBS growing up, I watched it all the time on
CBS
Sunday mornings.
morning.
Yeah, it's fantastic. A lot of nostalgia there for me personally. And this is also the birthday of late rocker David Bowie, who was born on this day in 1947. Talk about never getting old of an artist.
Yeah.
Never getting tired of an artist. I will not get tired of David Bowie.
I like a lot of his stuff too.
And I'm glad we had a lot of other talented people today because there were some strange other birthdays today. Like
they were.
R. Kelly and Kim Jong-un.
Yeah.
And
Stephen Hawking.
Which is awkward now because of the Epstein stuff.
Yeah. So we'll just let them.
We'll let them go over there.
Let them go.
Yeah.
So. In the meantime, today looks like a quiet day weather-wise. People still cleaning up after the storm yesterday, and then we're keeping an eye on a storm system moving on Wednesday and maybe at the end of the week too. So someone I know is getting the heck out of town just in time.
I'm flying out of Bangor tomorrow, and I'm like thanking my lucky stars, like, wow, that's good luck.
We're going to miss her. She's going away for a good part of 2 weeks, and we just hope you have a very nice vacation.
Thank you.
It's well-deserved.
I appreciate it. It's needed. If you can, you've heard me talk the past couple shows, and it's like blah, 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 blah.
I was going to say, check in with us while you're there. Send us a note, but really, don't check in. Just check out.
I don't want to rub it in anybody's face either. Like,
just forget about work. Forget about life back here for a little bit. Just go and enjoy and
trying to,
because you'll be back here before you know it.
I know. It's always how it goes. I get it.
So,
Okay, yeah, let's get one last check, or not one last, but let's check in with Devin Biggs to see about that forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, we have a lot of alerts to talk about here with another active storm that will be on the way coming up very soon. We have winter storm watches that are posted from Tuesday evening and Wednesday afternoon. High wind watches also posted until Wednesday at around 4 p.m. And also some alerts along the coast because of active surf that's currently being seen and will be seen soon as well. As for the radar and satellite imagery, the snow has since started to taper off after this system has since recently moved through. But this is just a brief little break, though, as we have more active weather that will be on the way. So for now, a little bit of a break, but if we pull the map further off towards the south and west, look what's heading in our direction. Our nice little fanfare action here, which is in the southern parts of the U.S. I'll be tracking off towards the north and east, and that'll be giving us some opportunities for more wintry weather coming up soon. Futurecast moving forward for today, a partly cloudy sky will be common from time to time, and otherwise, though, will be remaining partly cloudy or even mostly clear at times, though, as we head towards early Tuesday morning. So for today, we'll say lower 30s, partly cloudy, northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. By tonight, middle teens, mostly clear, and that west breeze getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. All right, that hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing a partly cloudy sky overall with more sunshine during the afternoon with temperatures in the 20s and 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, the Salvation Army in Bangor is asking for some much-needed help of donations of non-perishable food items. They need to restock the shelves at their pantry right now.
Officers at the Salvation Army told us that in the last few months, they've served between 80 and 100 families on a regular basis. As you can see, the shelves are getting quite bare. We are told that canned meats, boxed milk, and pasta are in especially short supply right now, but really they need any donations they can get.
Please come to the church, the core buildings, 65 South Park Street. This is where our pantry is and where all the work is done. So, and we'd love to see you. And we'd love for you to see, what your donation is doing to help others. We love giving tours of this building so people can see what we actually do here.
The Salvation Army does much more than just provide food to those in need in our community. With the weather getting colder, they also help families with a place to stay or get them oil for their homes to keep them warm. Donations are always welcome. Again, the address is 65 South Park Street in Bangor.
They would welcome donations of food, money, whatever you could give them.
Yeah, right. So. Absolutely. All right, still to come here this morning, Ryan Sudol will have the latest with sports.
Don't go away.
At Warren Financial, your financial goals are our priority. Your financial plan may appear to be all about savings and investing, but in reality, it's about much more. Your life, your family, and your legacy. That's why the financial planner you choose is so important.
Plan your future with Warren Financial. Visit warrenfinancialplan.com or call 573-1825.
Your trusted partner in wealth management.
The highly capable family of Hyundai SUVs. Every Hyundai comes standard with America's best warranty plus 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Maine Commercial Solar offers a variety of services including solar systems design, sales, maintenance, and installation. Maine Commercial Solar can help you with existing or new systems. We offer packages for installation by others, or we can help you build your own solar array, smaller residential, or anything in between. Maine Commercial Solar is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions. We offer competitive pay, a 3% IRA match, vacation, holiday time, and a family-oriented environment. If interested, please call Jason at 848-7486.
I'll go naked.
I bet you will.
The fun in a game of words.
Flip-flop, cougar, Little Caesars.
Sounds like a Tuesday for me.
Is choosing wisely.
I hope they know what it is, because we gotta take it. Want to try to win this thing, so I'll take Noogie.
25 words or less.
Knuckle head rub.
Noogie, you won the game, guys.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
This
This is Sheldon Cooper's theory of relativity.
Young Sheldon 5 times a week
on Fox 22.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with our main event, the main event in Portland. Cooper and Ace Flag playing their first high school game in Maine in 2 years with Montverde Academy against nationally ranked Gonzaga Prep on Friday night. Coop would take the opening tip down for a dunk. The crowd went wild over that, as you would expect, and that was just the start for the Flag boys. It was just like the last time we saw them, only better. Ace was getting his points from the post, and Cooper was all over the floor, knocking down jump shots, throwing down dunks, blocking everything in sight. Having the opportunity to come home and see family and play in front of everyone meant the world to the Flags.
I think it means everything, just to be able to come back and see everybody and really feel the support in real time, in like real life.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for us to come back, see our friends and family, and be able to play in front of them. You know, just being around Maine, you know, everyone's got full support of you, so when you're playing here, you know, no matter what happens, you know, everyone's going to be behind you the full way.
The Maine basketball community is a great one, and they really showed out Friday for two of their own who have been really terrific representatives for Maine basketball these past 2 years on the national stage and the international stage in the case of Cooper. When asked about coming back to that community they've been the ambassadors for, they say they couldn't be prouder to represent it.
It's just going to show that it doesn't matter where you're from, even on a bigger level than just Maine, that it doesn't matter where you're from, what name you come from, that you can just do whatever you really put your mind to, and you can accomplish anything.
Yeah, and it's definitely an honor to be able to represent this state. If I could pick anywhere to live, I would live here. You know, I've grown up here, lived here most of my life, and there's no better place, I think.
What a great night. Okay, let's stay with some hoops now. Brewer girls have a new head coach and have showed some promise early on this year. Her chemistry with her assistant is giving them a boost. It is her brother, after all. Here's this week's Hardwood Spotlight.
It's always been something we've talked about and been excited about since we were kids.
When it comes to bonds between head coach and assistant, there may be none better in Maine than sister and brother Tana and Tyler Ross.
She asked me to be her assistant coach with her, and I couldn't say no to that.
Tana, a former UMaine Black Bear, is in her first season as head coach for Brewer girls basketball, and choosing Tyler as her assistant was a basketball choice, and it's been great for both of them.
I've coached boys basketball for the past 10 years. Coaching girls is a big difference, but I'm learning a lot.
I need someone that's like, oh, this is something else we could be doing. And he's like one of the people that I trust the most in that situation, so it worked out perfect.
And the players agree.
We really needed someone like that, and hearing that both of them will be our coach is just great news. It's really great having them.
But just because they're coaching with each other doesn't mean their sibling rivalry is water under the bridge.
I'll see her give him like a look sometimes, you know, that sibling look.
Growing up, I would always try to win all the arguments because I was always right, of course. I'd try to give my 2 cents, but after a couple minutes, I always just let her win.
Tana, any rebuttal?
He will argue to the death that he's right, but he's definitely usually not. But I've just learned how to handle it better. You just walk away.
Tensions aside, Brewer has shown promise thus far. The Witches are 2-5, but have beaten Class A favorite Hamden Academy and took Class A #1 Camden Hills to overtime.
I think them knowing they can play with anybody is a fantastic feat, so we're just plugging away, getting better every day.
The Witches have been the 8th seed in Class A for years now, but with that mindset and these new coaches, they know they're capable of getting over that hump.
We're just going to get better by playing basketball and competing in close games so we can learn how to win. And I think we're on the right track to doing that.
Had so much fun putting that one together. Okay, now it's time for A Minute With, the segment where we ask local hoop stars the questions you didn't know you wanted answered. This week we caught up with Old Town boys basketball senior Grayson Tebow.
Ooh, vegetable. Carrot. I like carrots. Cake. I don't like pie. Maybe it's the texture thing. Workout. Workout as much as I can. Gotta get in the gym. Nah. Pretty bored person. No hidden talents. I don't know. I don't really read. The Sprinter. I read it in middle school and it was really good. and I read the whole thing. Ooh, probably Aiden Gum. The chemistry, we're all brothers, and it's just so nice to be around a group of guys that gets along so well. I don't think so. Maybe some Taylor Swift. Maybe like some Love Story by Taylor Swift.
Hey, look, Grayson, I'm a Swiftie too. Don't need to be guilty about anything. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
I got hurt in a car accident, and I'm worried the insurance company is trying to take advantage of me.
Don't get burned by the insurance company. Fight fire with fire and call the twos.
We'll turn up the heat on the insurance company. We'll make them pay you all the money you deserve.
I fought fire with fire and called the twos. Lowry and Associates got me $300,000 for my car accident. Now that's hot.
We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
COPD hasn't been pretty. It's tough to breathe and tough to keep wondering if this is as good as it gets. But Trelegy has shown me that there's still beauty and breath to be had. Because with 3 medicines in 1 inhaler, Trelegy keeps my airways open and prevents future flare-ups. And with 1 dose a day, Trelegy improves lung function, so I can breathe more freely all day and night.
Trelegy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trelegy more than prescribed. Trelegy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsened breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
Ask your doctor about Watts Daily Trelegy for COPD, because breathing should be beautiful.
Create the perfect spaces in your home for 2024 at the Furniture Gallery. Entertain in style this year with a new dining set. Have room for everyone on movie nights with a big sectional and extra seating. Feel more rested with a new mattress from Serta, Restonic, or Nectar. Celebrate the new year with unbeatable values during our New Year blowout sale. Save up to 60% on clearance items here at the Furniture Gallery. Support our main family-owned business and save money. Happy New Year from our family to yours. The Furniture Gallery, in Augusta, Bangor, Newport, and North Window.
2024 award season kicked off with the 81st Golden Globe Awards after the show underwent many changes behind the scenes.
The revamped ceremony handed out honors in film and television, which included some new categories as well. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with the highlights.
The 81st Golden Globe Awards threw their Hollywood party after a few years of changes, including a new network.
Welcome to the 81st Annual Golden Globe.
After diversity and ethics controversy with the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, a year off air, then NBC opting not to renew, the HFPA was dissolved and the Globes reinvented. Sunday, the show aired on CBS with Joe Coy as host, with some jokes which led him to point out he didn't have much time to prepare. Trophies were handed out in film and TV. Cue that Succession theme song, which played numerous times, as Globes were accepted for Best TV Series Drama and for several members of the Roy family, Sarah Snook, Matthew McFadden, and Kieran Culkin.
The Bear!
Yes, Chef, The Bear won Best TV Series Musical or Comedy, and acting honors for Jeremy Allen White and Io Adebari.
Beef!
Beef took Best Limited Series, Anthology Series, or Motion Picture Made for Television, and trophies were handed out to Ali Wong and Stephen Yun. On the big screen, Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy went to Poor Things, and Emma Stone also won for her performance. Oppenheimer won Best Motion Picture Drama and a few individual awards, including for Cillian Murphy and director Christopher Nolan. Among 2 new categories added, one went to one of the biggest movies of the year.
We would like to dedicate this to every single person on the planet who dressed up and went to the greatest place on earth, the movie theaters.
Barbie took the blockbuster honor of cinematic and box office achievement. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Exciting night there. It's still a lot of things I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, me either.
Got to work on that.
Me either. Okay, here's one final look at that full forecast with Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, here we go. So we have winter storm watches posted from Tuesday evening to Wednesday morning because of accumulating snow that will be moving in, possibly a little bit of ice as well with a wintry mix. We also have a high wind watch that's posted until 4 p.m. Wednesday along these areas here from Bangor and on down east, and also some alerts along the coast because of active surf that we're already seeing out there this morning, and that will continue as well. 10 to 12 foot wave fights currently being observed. Active surf being noted further out towards sea as well, with these higher greens and yellow colors that are being observed. But meanwhile, though, on land, we are starting to calm down for the time being. Still some gusty winds from time to time. Notice, though, the snow has since tapered off and just some clouds that are currently being observed. But the bigger picture, though, is this next system here that's moving across near the Texas area, tracking from the west going toward the east and across a good part of the central parts of the U.S., tracking off towards the north and east. This will be another little interesting system that will be moving in coming up soon. So let's break this all down with Futurecast. So we're pretty quiet today with a partly cloudy sky, a little bit breezy from time to time as well. As we move forward in time by Tuesday, especially Tuesday evening, that's when the snow starts to move in. Mainly as snow, though, but we'll start to switch over to all rain as we head throughout the morning period on Wednesday. Notice the gusty winds as well. But once we head towards Wednesday evening and the parts of Thursday, the system tracks off towards the north and east. So we'll be a fast mover by that point. As for the snowfall, looks a little bit like this. So the higher totals will be further off towards the north. Some significant snowfall possible further off towards the north as well. Some areas seeing up to maybe 8 to maybe close to 12 inches in a few spots in the northern parts of the state. Near Bangor, a little bit lower at around 2 to maybe 5 inches of snow, and lower totals possible further down toward the south. As for rainfall, looking pretty decent as well, though some other areas seeing up to maybe an inch of water in total, 2 inches of water in some spots. Before we're all finished up, it takes into account the snowfall that will be observed as well. Average high temperature is 29 degrees, lower 30s today, upper 20s for you Tuesday. Nice warm up Wednesday into the upper 40s, cooling back off into the 40s Thursday, lower 40s that is, upper 30s Friday, and then upper 40s again as we head towards Saturday, lower 30s as we head towards your Sunday. For today, lower 30s, partly cloudy, the northwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. By tonight, middle teens, mostly clear, west wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 20s, increasing clouds, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. Alrighty, your Scott's Recreation extended forecast. A wintry mix Wednesday morning. We'll switch over to all rain with temperatures in the upper 40s. Lower 40s Thursday with a partly cloudy sky, and mostly sunny Friday. Highs in the upper 30s.
Float to Fire Farms. Our products and staff are of the highest quality. Glassware, powerful puff, and CBD products. You'll be so happy your face will light up. 38 Storette Drive in Belfast.
Bob's Discount Furniture is doubling down on new with my Tuxedo Power Sofa. Zero gravity power recline, wireless charging in 2 colors for just $9.99. When you can have a new year for less, there's only one thing to say. Oh, my Bob!
When Caroline has a cough, she takes Robitussin, so she can have those one-on-ones again.
Hey, Jim. Can we talk about Casual Fridays?
Oh, sure. What's up? Get fast, powerful cough relief with Robitussin and find your voice.
Robitussin. My father started a roofing company in the 1970s.
Back when asbestos was still commonly used in Maine.
When George was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew there wasn't a cure yet, but we knew he needed help.
We called Joe Bornstein's office because this family means business.
Their team is handling everything, representing Mainers who were victims of asbestos exposure.
We highly recommend the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
She's the apple of his eye.
Ta-da! What do you think?
You look beautiful. And you're grounded.
She may be a tomboy.
You're so lucky you get to be in junior G.I. Joes. And you're lucky I don't want to get blood on my uniform.
But she's still Daddy's little girl.
Sit down, I want to talk to you for a minute.
This isn't a sex talk, is it? Because I already know more than I'd like to.
Learn all about Eve.
Am I supposed to understand what you mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
On Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Float to Fire Farms. Our products and staff are of the highest quality. Glassware, powerful puff, and CBD products. You'll be so happy your face will light up. 38 Storette Drive in Belfast.
Miners in North Dakota who were looking for coal ended up unearthing something a lot more interesting. They found a 7-foot-long mammoth tusk that had been buried for thousands of years. The tusk was located in an old stream bed that was about 40 feet deep at the Freedom Mine in Beulah. After spotting the tusk, the crews stopped digging and called in the experts. They estimated the tusk to be anywhere from 10 to 100,000 years old, weighing about 50 pounds or more. Mammoths have been known to be larger than modern elephants and covered in thick, woolly coats. What a neat find.
Cool.
And
I have no concept of how big they could be.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Last thing they expected.
All right, looks like we're about out of time. We hope you have a great day.
Have a great day, everyone.